Look at this perfectly seared scallop. If you can cook like this, you might think you're ready to run a catering business. People love your food, so it feels like the money should naturally follow. But reproducing that quality for 200 guests in a temporary venue kitchen is a massive feat of endurance. Even the most talented chef will struggle if the forks never arrive, the staff is late, or the food costs more than the client paid. When you focus entirely on the plate and ignore the mechanics of the business, you end up underpricing your labor, failing to secure deposits, and facing a total collapse on the day of the event. The solution is a 12-step pipeline designed to absorb the pressure. It forces a series of unpredictable tasks into a rigid, manageable operation. To thrive in this industry, you have to look past the menu and start managing your events with the precision of a tactical commander. The process begins with the first inquiry, but your immediate goal isn't to sell. You enter the discovery phase, where you gather the raw data required to see if the job is even feasible. You need 3 specific metrics: the total guest count, the style of the event, and the client's actual budget range. This math shows how you build a sustainable price. If you're catering for 100 guests at $25 per person, your baseline is $2,500. Beginners often look at a number like this and forget to account for their own time, labor, and overhead. This is where most catering businesses go broke before they even turn on the stove. Once the math is finalized, you send a proposal. Keep in mind, this is just an offer. It lists the menu and service style, but it provides no legal or financial protection. To secure the date, you need a signed contract and a deposit of at least 25%. Remember the rule: no deposit, no booking. You don't commit your kitchen or your calendar until that money is in the bank. Enforcing these financial boundaries ensures you aren't financing someone else's wedding. It establishes that you are a professional, not a hobbyist. As the wedding date approaches, the administrative work must come to a hard stop. This cutoff happens between 7 and 14 days before the event. This is the moment you lock in the final guest count, send the final invoice, and collect the remaining balance in full. Once that payment is made, the plan is finalized. No last-minute menu changes or guest additions are permitted, because your focus has to shift from the office to the kitchen. Now the physical labor begins. You move into ingredient shopping and heavy batch cooking, preparing every component of the menu in the days leading up to the service. Every sauce, protein, and garnish is organized and packed into travel-safe containers. If it isn't labeled and ready to move, it doesn't exist. Sticking to that 14-day cutoff is the only way to ensure your team is focused on the food, rather than chasing down late payments or guest lists on the day of the event. On event day, you arrive at the venue 2 to 4 hours early. You need this window to build your plating area and troubleshoot the inevitable issues that come with a temporary kitchen. During service, the workflow changes based on the menu. A buffet requires constant monitoring of food levels, while a plated service depends on the choreographed timing you see here, ensuring every guest eats at the same time. Your role is to manage the flow, refilling stations, keeping the environment clean, and making sure the staff stays on pace. Once the meal is over, you begin the breakdown. This includes removing your equipment, cleaning your designated area, and handling leftovers as specified in the contract. A professional caterer limits their cleanup to the areas they are responsible for. Taking on the venue's janitorial work for free is a quick way to lose your profit margin on the tail end of the night. After the equipment is back in storage, there is one more step that separates a one-time gig from a growing business: the post-event follow-up. You reach out to the client for a review and archive your event photography. These assets become the evidence you use to book the next client. This loop shows how the 12 steps become a repeatable cycle. Each successful cleanup leads to new marketing materials, which drive the next inquiry. Executing this cycle consistently builds a reputation for reliability. It ensures that your business grows through referrals, rather than just luck. Mastering these logistics won't eliminate the hard work, but it will replace the panic of the unknown with the stability of a repeatable system. That stability is what allows your cooking to remain the focus of the event.